Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. This is the first ever podcast recording session, let's say, for the channel. I'm just trying to get back into the run of recording and whatnot, so I think this would be an easy way back in, and possibly something different to what I'm usually used to doing. So I suppose I'll start off now with what I'm currently playing in my home life. At the moment I'm playing Resident Evil 2 Remake. I'm not much of a survival horror fan. Well, I suppose I would be. I'd be able to watch it. I wouldn't be physically been able to play it in my youth because I'd be terrified, to be honest. Absolutely terrified. What was it we played? We played Resident Evil 0 for the Nintendo GameCube back when I was staying in my great aunt's house, and one of her kids had it. And I couldn't work the controls. There were zombies coming towards me. It took 5 minutes for them to devour me because all I could do was move backwards away from them on the very first interaction with them on the train. And that scared the living shit out of me. So ever since then, I've kind of stayed away from survival horror. Now, I did tap back into Resident Evil 5 and 6, but that moved away from the horror scene and more into the, let's say, the horror/action scene. More emphasis on action with lots more gunplay, lots more explosions, like a Bruce Willis Die Hard film. But I was walking through town and I just happened to catch that today, or well, not today, the day where I purchased it was the first day that it was released, and I said, why not? It looked absolutely amazing in all the footage and all the photos and whatnot I've seen online. So I said, why not give possibly one of the best ever games, let alone survival horror games, a go now that it's been remastered. And Jesus, I'm blown away by how it looks. It is absolutely amazing looking. The detail, even they're the best looking zombies I've ever seen in a game. Control wise, it's tough for me because my aim isn't the best in those kind of games, and how would I describe this? The game itself at the start hands you a load of bullets, and it gives you the impression, have fun. They are a finite resource in the game, and I learned this very, very late on. So I've been running around for the last hour of gameplay with no bullets, with massive hordes of zombies coming behind me, and I'm just terrified again. So thank you, Capcom, for making me realise I was right to be afraid all these years. But no, seriously though, the game is so worth a try for anyone that is considering to get it but not quite sure. I would highly recommend it. And they've actually released free DLC, which is very rare nowadays. The free DLC consists of 3 separate kind of what-if scenarios based on players that you might have met or might have heard about in the game. One of them I'm very, very interested to get my... what was I going to say? One I'm very interested to play with, called Ghost, but I don't want to ruin that for you now. The Mr. X, the tyrant kind of stalker Slenderman character in the game who was introduced to you once you reach a certain part in the story, is one of the scariest characters in a horror game of all time. He is relentless. When you hear those footsteps coming, you genuinely get a panic and a fear, because I think it's 2 hits, you're gone. That's before you've even had damage in the first place. You could have full health and this guy's going to take you out in 2 shots, and he ain't slow. He will catch you no matter what you do. I was relieved when he gave me a breather for a while, and then terrified when I heard those footsteps again. And that's the thing, when you leave him in one room and you go to another room of or another area of the building, I'm not making this very clear. Let's say when you leave him in one area of the building and you traverse to the other side, he will follow you. Like he's relentless. But it's just bravo for making a great remake, and I look forward to playing the DLC whenever I actually get the campaign done. I'm being pretty slow because I've actually moved on to playing another game as well, because I've read nothing that's so long to play. Kingdom Hearts. Now, I have to hold my hands up, I never played Kingdom Hearts before, so I'm trying to get through the series because I bought the 3rd one now after watching some footage of it on YouTube. I'm really, really excited to play the third game, but I'm kind of slugging through the first one, which I'm told not to do because it is a great experience in itself. But it's a bit dated for my liking, and I have no idea what's going on. I understand the Disney characters parts where Donald, Goofy, I understand all that, but when they start talking about hearts and whatnot, I think I'm not far enough into the game yet to fully understand what the hell is going on. But I'm hoping that it really picks up, because the first hour I was just like a headless chicken. I had no idea what was going on, but I seem to have picked up a little bit now. I've traversed to Wonderland, the first kind of main area of the game, you could say. So I'm hoping it picks up from there. I'm told they're about 30 hours long each. Jesus, I hope that's not true. Otherwise, I'll never get to the third game, or the release of fourth game by the time I actually get there. So that's what I'm playing now in my home life. And it's been a bit of a bizarre week now for gaming. I know it's only Monday, but still, the last few days in itself. Activision have been a bit busy. They've released 800 employees, with potentially 400 employees in their French division also getting terminated. Now, usually this kind of news I just kind of take like, oh, it's business stuff. It's nothing to do with me personally, because I don't understand that kind of the way business works and gaming. But behind the scenes, I'm just there to enjoy their end product and tell people, yeah, this is good, this isn't good, they could have done better, but not. I'm a fan, basically. But I've read underneath the headline that they made 1.5 billion last year. So a company that made 1.5 billion profit, I should say, and they're releasing 800, potentially 1,200 people. I haven't been a fan recently of Activision. I think the COD games have been absolutely terrible. The campaign was the main thing I used to play it for. Now it's gone because I'm completely shit online, I'll be honest with you. And I used to really, really enjoy the campaigns, and they took that away. And it seems like they only did that to save themselves money on the writing team, developing characters, developing new levels and whatnot. And I just think it's a really, really bad mood at this time. They did try to save themselves by saying that anyone who has been released has been offered a service package with benefits, health benefits, all that kind of stuff. I don't know anything about that, but it just sounds very, very shady for me. So moving away from that, Apex Legends is a game that has been raved about to me. Personally, I still don't think it's anywhere near as enjoyable as PUBG. Looks a hell of a lot better than PUBG, probably runs better than PUBG, I'm not sure. I've only seen from my housemate actually playing Apex Legends, and it seems like Fortnite crossed with Ratchet and Clank, and I don't think I'd be into that kind of a thing, but I'm willing to look it up and see what it's like and check out the reviews, and maybe we'll give it a go on the channel. So with all that said and done, speaking of the channel itself, I'm trying to look into ways to make recording and improve the setup and whatnot. I've actually moved location, so hopefully it make things a bit easier. And I'm trying to improve the backdrop as well. And I'm also thinking about getting a new camera. All things to kind of improve the end product itself. So if anyone has any suggestions or tips or just general feedback, I'd really, really appreciate that. And I've even considered it'd be nice to have possibly people on talking about their favourite gaming experiences and whatnot. And I think that'd be cool in itself, to interact with other people on the channel whilst playing games. Because that was one of the funnest things about games as a kid, was bringing someone over, playing co-op. I remember Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. We'd clear that thing out in a day and just have a really great time. Some of my best memories are playing games with friends and whatnot when I was younger. In particular, I remember we used to love playing the Prince of Persia series together. That was absolutely amazing. Even though it was one player, we used to just sit there and encourage and give our own opinions. And we used to let the best guy who was able to play it, leave him go, and we'd all offer instruction and whatnot, and then we'd take turns then. And it was great. So I'd love to have people on talking about their favourite experiences and whatnot. If anyone would like to do that, please let me know. So with that said, this is only a really short one. I only wanted to kind of give it a try, see what it's like. If you liked it, please give me a like, leave a comment with some feedback and whatnot. And yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully we get to do this again.